Hello everyone, welcome to another Forge and Fire Serie A fantasy video. And unfortunately, we're back to one of those weeks that is not so great. As you can see at the top, a score of 32 this week, which was below the average, which is I think 38. So pretty crappy week there. Not very happy about it. I think I dropped 400 spots again, so I'm back just above the top 1,000, which is a little disappointing. I was really hoping to start making an indent on the top hundreds rather than moving back into the thousands, but it is what it is. Can't have a great week every week, unfortunately. But we're going to quickly run through why this week was so terrible, some very key parts to it. Normally the Napoli game is great for me. It was not great at all this week. Anyway, we're going to start with Provedel. He actually got decent for a goal. He got a score of 4, and I was just trying to figure out why. Well, clearly Spezia got shot on a bunch by Fiorentina. Fiorentina's Vlahovic got 3 goals this past game. A great game to be an owner of Vlahovic. But the amount of shots Fiorentina got, Provedel still scored well, even with the -1 for over 2 goals against. So that means he made at least 9 saves. And he got a bonus for it as well. So good time to have Provedel in net. The Roma game kind of sucked. Both Karsdorp and Ibanez get yellow cards, and they get scored on twice by Milan. So we end up getting a net of 0 there. So that really sucks. We were really hoping for the opposite result in a clean sheet. That would have been a huge swing of points if I could have got 6+ by my Roma defenders. But that is clearly not happening this week. This was the matchup, though, that was going to be harder for Roma. Their fixtures are about to take a much better swing. So I'm still happy to have both of them and see that they're being chosen as a first choice player. They'll probably get the rest for the game in their conference league coming up. And then hopefully they're starting again on the weekend. Napoli did still get a clean sheet. They still won. They probably should have done better than they did against Salernitana. Some scary moments with some red cards in that game. But Mario Rui gets the clean sheet. He got a yellow later, which kind of sucked, but still 5 points there. Genoa finally got a clean sheet. Thank gosh, 0-0 against Venezia. I don't really care that they didn't score, but Cambiaso played at least 60 minutes, which has been a struggle in itself. And he picked up 6 points. So a good week for Cambiaso, at least when some of the bigger hitters aren't doing as well. He came through for me. And Sampdoria just played like absolute trash against Torino. So the Yoshida transfer in did not pay off, unfortunately. Making my way down to the midfield, obviously, with Sampdoria's poor performance. Candreva didn't do that great either. Just got a single point there. I think he picked up a yellow card as well. Pasalic back into a kind of crummy run of form with Atalanta. They drew Lazio 2-2, and Pasalic was not part of any of the goals, so that kind of sucks. Barella got the clean sheet point there, which is nice. 3 points by midfielders, kind of meh, not really what you're looking for. It's kind of nice they got that clean sheet point once in a while, but you really want those attacking returns. So Barella's form is kind of dried up as well. But Inter in a few weeks will have a good run of form, so I'm not really looking to transfer him out in any way right now. Mr. Consistent Immobile ended up getting a goal against Atalanta. They're one of the 2, so he's at least still proving to be worth the amount of money I pay for him. And Leao didn't really do much against Roma, despite them scoring 2 goals. It wasn't a contributor to Leao. Now, Pasalic and Leao were not even supposed to be in the team. 2 players, rather, were supposed to be in there. That was Osimhen and Insigne. Neither of them played any time. I think it would have been before the deadline, but here in Canada it was earlier in the morning, so it was up for the team news. But Osimhen got called that he was not going to be participating in the game just mere like 1 or 2 hours before the week kicked off. That would have been the Atalanta Lazio game. And that really sucked because I had him captained against Salernitana. I was like, oh, Osimhen and Insigne are going to have a big game this week. And right away, he was called for the game, like he wasn't going to be in. And so this was actually told to me by one of the people that commented on my video, and it was actually really nice this past week. That was one of the nice things about it, is people were commenting on the video and we were just having a little bit of discussion. That was really fun. A couple people more consistent than others, but I hope we keep that up, keep the engagement going. And yeah, hopefully it gets even bigger from there. But yeah, was told Osimhen not playing, so it's like, okay. So at that point, I was like, Leao's going to sub in, Insigne's going to get the captaincy. That might still be good, seeing that he's still on pens. Well, I guess with Europa League this week for Napoli, Insigne doesn't play as well, and this was with close fixtures together. So it was always a risk, but he's been playing through them before. I thought at least Osimhen or Insigne was going to play this match, and it turns out neither of them do. So I don't get any captain points this week, and that is what hurt my score this week the most, is no captaincy and two of my biggest players not playing. Ravella got the 3 points for the clean sheet, and it would have been nice to, I guess, have him rather than Paslic or Kandreva or either one of my Roma players. But that's kind of how the bench went. Just a tough week in general, with really only Mero, Rui, Cambiaso, and Immobile delivering, which gives me my score of 3.2. We'll get to it in a preview video later in the week. I'm probably going to be getting rid of Osimhen. The good run of Napoli fixtures is basically over. He's injured right now. I don't know the extent, but there are other players that need to start coming in now that have good fixtures as well. Roma right now has good fixtures coming up. Inter in the next couple weeks will as well, and Juve after that. So some big teams with good runs of fixtures coming up, and I have some ground to make up now. We'll take a quick look at the league standings after this week and see my drop down to 1044th overall. In the Forge and Fire League, I have dropped down to 8th. As we saw, it was pretty tight for a bit, but Sal for Team Juve almost has an 100-point lead on me now. He's really trying to take off away from the rest of the pack. And it seems like our other people near the top still had relatively good weeks. Let's check how they did here. Did it not show? Gameweek. Yeah, so this past game, was it Gameweek 11? Oh, we're coming to Gameweek 12. So this is the Gameweek 11 review. But Salim, 81 points still. Some other guys top 70, 60. So I don't know what I did wrong to have such a horrible week compared to, oh no, this isn't necessarily who's the top. It's just based on best week. But still some big scores amongst me having a horrible one this week. So I'm hoping to bounce back from it. I'll tell you more in the preview video with my transfer ideas, and we'll be back at it trying to get back to the 50, 60, 70 plus scores. Okay, so I will see you then. Just another quick shot for people to see where they stand right now. It's the usuals up at the top. Salim, Ahmed, or Fox, Ibra 11, Osama FC. So there's still the usuals up there and trying to contend, but we all got a lot of ground to make up on first. Hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe and continue helping out the channel. Drop a comment on what you feel about the week. We have some people saying stuff like they're looking at Simeone, who almost single-handedly beat Juve this past week. We got people looking at Vlahovic. So let me know what you think, and we'll talk more about it in the preview video. Take care.